Welcome to the Butters Buffet Podcast. This is episode 4, Great Depression Meals. Butters has some stuff for us. I got a couple of things to add, and it is self-explanatory. Butters, what do you got for Great Depression meals?
All right, guys, we got a great show for you today. Let's hype this up. This is the Great Depression meals. At the end of this, you get to have one winner. One lucky winner gets to have lunch with the original caveman himself. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, let me say at the start of this podcast, and this offer still stands to anybody listening. The first 10 subscribers from this point on, they all win a slightly used hot dog from the expressway in Owego. Now, that does include the bun as well, so this is a big deal. Slightly used hot dog with the bun.
Let me ask: is it a glizzy dog or is it one of those alternative dogs?
Now, I've always thought that glizzy was just slang for hot dog. I did not know that's a specific type of hot dog. Isn't a glizzy just an interchangeable name for hot dog?
No, it's a hot dog. We apparently we have them.
Now, what color are they? Are they the red ones?
No, those are called red snaps,
Okay,
and
the
they're
re- the red.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just I'm working through as well as everybody else. We got your audio. You're transmitting from a spaceship somewhere. It sounds like once in a while, but so everybody knows we just wing it, and we're going to use this audio, even if Butters is in the hood and he's using the Obama Wi-Fi. We're going with it. We're going to run with it. It doesn't even matter. So, but I
Actually,
was going to say, oh, go ahead. Everything, go ahead. What do you got? I'll tell you when
all
you're
right,
done.
all right, guys. Well, to kick it off, I'm not going to go into the Great Depression and everything it is. If you know what it is, great. If not, go do your research. Go do some studying.
Who doesn't
Um,
know what the Great Depression is? Come on,
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah,
come on.
well, I wouldn't be surprised with some of the kids these days. Yeah,
I mean, I'm
anyways,
surprised. I'm surprised we're not living through a Great Depression right now. Maybe as of 2027 if things go wrong. But I'm going to leave it at that.
yeah. But anyways, to continue, the Great Depression began August of 1929, and it ended about 1939, the beginning of World War II, I
Too.
believe.
Yep.
Yeah, World War II. And it actually started, the Depression started at the end of the Roaring Twenties. When the Roaring Twenties came to the end, that's when the economy just kind of took a plummet up until
Nah,
1939.
I knew it. That's because they were having too much damn fun in the 20s. They got all bougie and shit and burnt out. That's what
So
happens.
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, who knows, man? I mean, I guess it was more or less the stock market crashed, if I'm thinking correctly too. Like, there's
E-
just a lot of shit
e-
that's happened.
Everything. And you know what I'm going to say as you're giving a little history here? There's a whole lot of bad shit from the start of the Depression, whatever, the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. All this, I tie all this to racism and milkshakes. Okay, that was the thing back in the 50s, racism and milkshakes. Remember that? Right after the now that's not we're not promoting that, guys. We're saying that that's the shit. That's one of the cornerstones of what's going wrong here, as well as living
and,
lavishly.
and as screwed up as that was, I can go into my next bit with the milkshake thing that Caveman said.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, what do you got for a race? What is a good racist milkshake that you have for us, Butters?
Well, it's not a racist milkshake. I'm just talking
Oh,
about recipes in general, man.
okay. So a all right, non-racist milkshakes. I'm all ears.
Yeah,
I didn't know these existed.
I'm not going there. There is a couple of ones and that would go with a little bit of the bizarre area that we've talked about, but not as bad. One is a creamed tuna on toast. It was a simple comfort stable designed to feed a family, very low cost, of course.
A
And
comfort staple.
yeah,
Okay, I thought you said a stable, like where a horse
no,
goes.
no, staple comfort food, if you will.
All
Um,
right.
yeah, and it was designed to feed a normal size family of whatever you would consider normal back then, probably three, probably a family of five.
12 to
Um,
15 kids.
no, that'd probably be nowadays. And believe it or
No,
not, what?
no, there were some huge families back then. Everybody's great Meemaw was pumping out like 10, 12 kids back in the day. They had to
I
work
thought
the farms and shit.
I thought that was the baby boomers after World War II.
Maybe, maybe. I don't like them either. I don't like them either. So
Weren't our
every,
parents baby boomers?
who the hell knows? So everybody knows we're zennials. We fell right in between those old folks that don't understand math or AI, and we're before the people that have pink hair and use litter boxes and I don't know, hang out in the middle of the highway and shit. So, but anyways, back to the milkshake. What do you got? The non-racist milkshake.
Well, oh, okay. We'll do it that way.
Do it. Do it up.
We also had what they call a poor man's meal, which was a simple hearty skillet dish, almost like we'll say almost like a chili, but not really. It basically just consists of diced potatoes, like what we were talking about before. What consists of main foods back then. Potatoes,
Potatoes. Everything was potatoes.
yeah, potatoes, onions, and sliced hot dog. That was about it. And you basically
Sliced
put it in
hot.
this. Yeah, hot dogs was a big thing back in the day. Back then, because hot dogs were like cheap, they could use it. Um, if you wanted to get into different stew, during the winter times, they had this Hoover stew. It was named, yes, it was named after President Hoover. It consists of macaroni, canned tomatoes, canned corn, hot dogs, and kidney beans, and basically just you know simmered basically all day, if you will.
That sounds like a great meal for a first date. Take her out for some
Yeah.
Hoover stew.
Of course, here's one that everybody knows, even to this day. Everybody thinks or knows that their mom makes the best one of them all. But meatloaf, of course, was a big staple back then too.
Which, let me add to that. I know that a lot of people couldn't afford beef, so the beef that they did use, they mixed it with potato. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
ever heard of that, but it was mixed with potato to make it, stretch further.
Well, let me extend more on that. It isn't too far fetched because if you think about how we do our meatloafs now, a lot of people add um, breadcrumbs, seasoned breadcrumbs, which is just another starch form of a potato. It's not, it's not like it. I mean, unless you want to use potato bread, but you're
It's
basically filling,
it's a
filling.
yeah, it's a filler. I was waiting for you to get to the word filler, but yeah, it's just a
Yeah,
filler I
sorry.
use.
So, I mean, and here's another one with potatoes, stuffed potato pancakes. They use potatoes and
Oh,
eggs. That was about it.
I love potato pancakes. My grandma used to make those. They're fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, and if you guys want to know some of these recipes, go more in depth in them. Go check them out because, like I said, this is only going to be a kind of a short podcast, so I don't want to get too in depth in any of these. But they do interest me, and there's a couple of them I did try, and I'll get to the one I did try before. I already explained it to Caveman here. But here's one
That's all right.
more I'll go after. Everybody loves, well, Chinese food. Here's your racist if you want. Yeah, Chinese food. They,
Oh man.
but no, not really, guys. It was due. If you go back, it was due to his milkshake statement. All right, so it had nothing to
No.
do with me.
Let me let
Anyways,
me just let me just put this back out there. That was due to my milkshake. Like it sounded like Butters here was saying that was my doo doo milkshake. It wasn't a doo doo milkshake. No, that's not even a Great Depression recipe.
no,
Now,
well,
for
life.
everybody also listening to this on YouTube, every once in a while we reference somebody else or say we record this on Facebook, and I know I say this every episode, but I'm going to keep saying it. And if you don't want to hear it, I'm sure there's a colorful video out there you can go watch with sounds and shapes and shit. Uh, this isn't it, but I was going to say to Butters, we have a lot of people just popping in and out. I mean, they're not
Yeah,
sticking around. They're probably because you're not touching on this milkshake yet. You're leaving them hanging. You know, they want to hear about them. We need more milkshake. We need more milkshake if you want to keep people around, Butters. All right, back to you.
yeah. All right. Well, everybody loves Chinese food, but another staple back then that they did was actually egg drop soup. Uh, Kind of the same concept as what they do at the Chinese restaurant, if you will. I'm sure they added their own stuff to it, but if you want to go into more soups and stuff like that, they had like cornbread cake, but it wasn't like the cornbread that we have today, or cornbread cake that I made on my page that one day. This was made literally with three ingredients: cornmeal, water, and oil. That was it.
That sounds delicious.
So I mean, yeah, but another staple was yet again, we're gonna take it back to the potato, and just like everybody loves here too, creamy potato soup
Potatoes.
is potato soup was another big staple. It was just potatoes and water. That was it. I
Potatoes
mean,
and water.
yeah, there was really nothing to it.
I don't like it. I don't. I think you are doing a disservice to the damn potato. Just potatoes and water. You telling me they didn't at least add some salt or something to that?
I'm sure they added a couple of things to it, but for the most part, I'm just like I said, I don't want to get too in depth. There's only one in depth recipe I want to get into. But yeah, I'm sure they added some, but I'm just talking about the main ingredients, like what you would add to it, like with the poor man's chili. I'm sure they added, spices that they had, but I'm not going to go into it because I don't know exactly what spices they could afford or not afford. Because back then, eggs were only what, 65 cents a dozen, if not cheaper, but yet you go and get, but I don't know, some things that were more expensive now were less expensive then, but things that were less expensive then are more expensive now. Take the chicken wing, that was peasant food at one point. Now we're paying almost 15, $16, not even a dozen wings anymore, and you don't, half the time you don't even get blue cheese and celery. And technically, in the beginning, you got served carrots, not celery with it. And a lot of people don't even know you're not supposed to dip the chicken wing in the blue cheese. The blue cheese and celery is to cool your mouth after you eat the hot wing.
Now, I will say that when you say cheap and expensive, we have to keep in mind that this is also based on income at the time, the cost
At the
of
time, yeah.
living. So what's cheap now, doesn't necessarily. There's a ratio there of how much people make to how much things cost, and
Yeah, if you guys want to go and do your math and go do the yet again do the studying and stuff, or the research, go right ahead. We'd love for you to
yeah,
comment on me.
yeah. If
It
you want, yeah, you want to go do some book learning? Well, let's get some numbers and shit. Go ahead, you do that. Come back here with your fancy numbers. You you put them down in the comments, all right?
oh my
Send us your
God.
numbers.
All right, so Ken, before go into my last couple that I want to do, because I don't want to take too long, but there is one
Uh,
or two that I do want to kind of get somewhat in depth to. What are the recipes you were talking about? I know one was that racist milkshake you wanted to talk about.
the racist milkshake was just a comment. Everybody, the whole running joke about the '50s was racism and milkshakes. But
Yeah,
uh,
well, let's get
I,
that out there. We're not racist. We're not putting anything out there that's right. Yeah, I don't know how this podcast is going to go now.
that's right. We're not saying just because you drink milkshakes that you're a racist. Okay? I mean, maybe you are. Maybe you are and you drink milkshakes. If you
Who are
are,
we to
help it.
judge? That's your thing. We're not
Like
here to judge.
we're not gonna judge. I mean, I'm not gonna be sorry if you choke on your milkshake, but whatever.
I mean,
That's all you. Do you, boo boo?
Ken's
Don't be the big
milkshake
mouth.
on the boys in the yard.
Oh, okay. Oh, God, I gotta put the dance video up on this if you're watching it.
Yeah,
You don't know nothing about my milkshake. All right, let me get into one. Let me get
yeah.
into
Go
one.
ahead.
And this is one that I actually have eaten. You can still make it. It's dandelion salad. You can even make dandelion soup.
I've heard of this. Yep, both of them.
The whole thing. You pick well, I consider a dandelion a flower, and for those people that don't, I hate you. All right, I
There's
know
some
you say
people
it's a
who
weed,
yeah.
but to me, it'll always be a flower.
Yep.
So the dandelion, you pick the stem, the greens, the whole thing, other than the root, of course. Cut it off, and then it's pretty much whatever you want to put in there. I usually use like you people use yogurt. You can use mayonnaise. You can use oil and vinegar, which is common, and then put lemon. I like adding
Can't you
lemon
make
to it.
tea out of it too? Or
Huh?
put it in a tea? Can't you make tea out of it too? Like there's dandelion tea.
You can, yes. Yeah, dandelion tea is pretty good. And it's health. There's so many health benefits to dandelion. Like a lot of you listening wouldn't be as fat as you are if you ate more dandelions. Did you know that? Chris, go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's kind of,
Tell our
yeah. I was
listeners
gonna
how
say
less
coming
fat
from
they
you,
would be.
that's coming from you. That's kind of an
Fat.
oxymoron.
Because I am fat is why I can hate the fat community, okay? Like when
I
I'm
used
eating
to.
something and I spill it on myself, I'm like, you fat son of a bitch, why'd you even eat today? And that's how I want the rest of you to feel. Go out there, try some dandelions. Go out and graze in your front yard this summer. It's delicious. But you put it in there, mix some yogurt, some mayonnaise, or oil and vinegar, and add whatever, cucumbers. Back then, a garden was one of your cheapest resources because you could grow whatever depending on climate.
No, I wouldn't
And
suggest going out where dogs go to the bathroom and this and that and go pick a
well,
dandelion and do it, you know.
no, I mean, who said that?
Well, you got some of those people, "Ooh, I'm going to go to my yard and pick a dandelion."
Well, not everybody's got dog shit strewn about the yard like that. I'm
I'm
not.
just
Don't
pointing it out there.
don't get me wrong. I don't know if most of you people know this, but the crops that you get your food from is fertilized with doo doo.
Yeah,
Okay,
they are
that
too.
plant that plant you're eating has grown because of doo doo. So enjoy being a vegetarian, you doo doo eater. All right, so that was one of my favorites. The dandelion anything. I think dandelion's delicious. And when you pick them, wash them, obviously, like any other produce. Uh, what else do you got, Butters? And then I got maybe one or two more I can put out there. And uh, yeah, go for it.
Okay, well, real fast, I wanted to cover one other thing that I just remembered too of soup that they used to do. And believe it or not, there has been books written about it, children's books and
That's
everything.
right. They put words and books about this one, everybody. This is in a
Yeah,
book. Somebody wrote it down.
um,
Go ahead, tell them. Tell them what's in
it
the
is
book.
called. He's all
It's a
hyped
good
about it.
book.
He loves it, guys. He loves it. All right. It's called Stone Soup. And yes, it's
Oh,
an actual real recipe. You take a stone, you
uh,
mash it. It doesn't really do anything, but are you there?
yeah. Now, just so all the listeners know, we try to keep our audio authentic, so everybody gets to hear the real thing. Right now, Butters is currently broadcasting from the crawl space under his house, so that's why there's a little audio distortion. That's fine. We're talking about stone soup. I've heard about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's literal, but it sounds terrible. So go ahead there, Butters. Stone soup.
No, yeah, no, it is a real recipe. I'm not gonna get straight into it. If you're curious on it, like I said, just go and find the recipe. There, all recipe has it. I'm sure there's some generic recipes. If you want, I'll have Caveman post a link down below of
Oh,
this
hell
where
yeah.
he can. You can find the
Yeah.
thing, but it's called the Great Depression Recipe Book. And it's literally all, almost all, if not all, the recipes that people have done or did in the Depression era with what
Now,
they
Butters,
had.
Butters, I'm not doing that for these people. I'm not going to give them a link to a whole recipe book. I'm not going to do that for the listeners. I don't. If you're
All
out
right.
there and you're listening or not, I'm not doing that for you. You don't deserve a whole recipe book. Okay, you probably haven't even watched to this point, and I'm going to give them a whole book. I'm not doing it. I might give them one or two recipes. That's about it. Just a little off the top.
Um,
You're not getting the whole book. You're not getting it. Go ahead, Butter. You see, you're putting more work on me. They don't deserve the whole book.
well, I could just send you the link and you could just post it down too.
No, ain't doing it. Ain't doing
All
it.
right, sorry guys, not
They're
doing
getting
it.
top three, maybe. We'll see
But
how they feel.
if you're more curious on stone soup, uh, go ahead and look up a recipe. It is pretty interesting. I mean, there's not much to it,
Stones
but it is kind of cool to see what they tried to do back then.
out there
Now,
eating stones, dandelions. They got potatoes and everything. Like, can you imagine that world blending into now where people have to drive up to a window to get their food, their cigarettes, whatever else they get? Everything's delivered to them, and it's got to have some kind of sauce on it. A dipping side. I like, and I see we're scaring listeners away. They're just leaving one by one. They either
yeah,
don't want to hear it, or maybe you're
they don't
mad.
want anything to do with it.
Maybe their DoorDash showed up with their gravy. Get the hell out of here. Go watch an AI video. You don't want to listen to us. There ain't nothing to see here. Stone soup. Go put a stone in some water. Boil that shit. Have yourself some soup. Stone soup. All right, Butters. I'm trying to give the people what they want.
There
I'm
you
trying to.
go.
I'm pumping up this stone soup, dandelions. Maybe you can put dandelions, salt, and potatoes in with a bunch of washed stones or whatever to get your mineral content for the soup, and there you go. Obviously, strain the stones out unless you're I don't know, a rock crusher or something, and enjoy. Is there actually stones in stone soup?
Yes, you wash them off and you do it and you just put them in there.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that's
And
why they
what's
call
next?
it.
Are you gonna cook your shoe and eat the sole or something? Like what the hell's going on?
I don't. I mean, it's a cheap meal, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Things like that have happened, things that will happen, the current state of things happening. When people say that America is the greatest country in the world, now you're gonna hate me. Everyone's gonna hate me. It's probably because they've never left America. There are things out there that you can walk around and there's still food, and they've got things like electricity and healthcare. Uh, the Great Depression's kind of still sticking around, guys. I don't know about all of you, but a ton of people are busting their ass just to survive. So you might be eating dandelion salad. As of 2027, you might be standing in line waiting for government rations with your electronic pay card. But I'm not going to go there. I'm not going there, Butters. I'm not doing it. I'm going back to you because you're going to keep us on track here with
All
another
right,
delicious
well,
recipe.
moving on.
Moving
Here's
on.
one that's pretty cool. Now, also during the Depression, they also, of course, they wanted their desserts, they wanted their sweets, they wanted their breads. So they had to be creative and unique on a lot of what they did. Like their pies, their crust would be full. Like a lot, like our pie crusts are thin the way we do it. Theirs a lot thicker to fill it up more. Um, but cakes, cookies, stuff like that. Eggs, butter, milk, they were way too expensive or even scarce back then. During the we'll say during the Depression era, they were too expensive or scarce to find, so they couldn't.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, kind of like toilet paper back in 2021 or whatever it was. Remember
yeah.
that? It's kind of the same thing. If you guys need reference, all right. Back to
So
you, Butters.
one of the things they did was called a wacky cake or a crazy cake.
Oh,
It was a
good
chocolate
God.
cake, and it was made without milk, butter, or eggs. So, I mean, if you want a
What the?
recipe for that, go look it up. I'm not going to get into depth or detail with that one either. But it's called a wacky cake, or if you will, a crazy cake.
Boy, that sounds crazy. It's
Um,
crazy tasty.
Now,
Crazy cake.
the last one I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about one before the last one. This one is going to be a little more unique and kind of like iffy than the last one, but here it goes. One other pie they did was for a dessert was called vinegar pie. It was with a crusty,
Hmm.
tangy crust when the fruit
Did you just
basically
say the Butters? Not to interrupt you, but did you just say the crust was crusty?
yes, like the
Okay.
crustier yeah, I wanted to make a funny in there.
Um,
um yeah,
we're
I
gonna
was
roll
hoping
with
to
it.
find
We're leaving it in
it.
there, guys. We're going with it.
But yet again, if you want a recipe for that, you can go and look it up. They have them. I've checked them, a couple of them out. But the last one I want to talk about, which was uh it was actually a pantry stable yeah,
Oh,
stable.
are
There
you
you
still
go.
with us, Butters?
Uh, yes, I'm still with you.
Oh my God, I thought you were stroking out. He's still with us, everybody. Hold on. It's a pastry staple.
Yes, there you go. Um, Basically, it was just flour, sugar, butter, and water. That was it. It was called water pie.
Nah.
And this one, I'm going to get a little bit in depth because it's not a lot to do, but it's kind of cool. Basically, they would make their, thick ass pie crust that they would do. And one recipe I found basically has about 12 ounces of water, 8 tablespoons of flour, 5 tablespoons of butter if they had it. If not, they would probably either use without or use something different to alter it. Like I said, I just wanted to find a quick recipe to go about. But some of them still did have butter. Some of them still could afford eggs and stuff like that. So this was one staple. But also 1 cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. The oven is put at 400. Um, yeah, and you just basically mix everything. You pour the water into the crust, sprinkle the rest of the ingredients in, so you don't even really mix. You just cut the butter into the square and place on top of the pie. No need to stir or mix.
Ugh, Jesus. I
Yeah, and then you bake it at 400 for 30 minutes, and then you lower the temp and you bake it at 375 and cook for an additional 30 minutes. Remove, allow it to cool for about an hour. And that's your water pie. That it's not the original water pie. Let's make that clear, but it's a version of what they used to do back then.
yeah, sorry guys. We don't have the original one from the late 1800s. This is the updated 1930s
Yeah.
version of
Well,
water
I mean,
pie. Our
okay,
bad.
let's put it this way. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. It was just a quick recipe that I looked up. But this
Just
was actually this. I should say this was one actually recipe that I did do and I did try. And to
uh,
be honest with you guys, it's it's like the vinegar pie. You think about it, and it's not. But I've also done sauerkraut pie, which if I never told you it was sauerkraut and I
here
had
we
you
go.
taste it, you
I
would
knew it.
think
I knew it. I knew
you'd
we'd be
think
putting this in there.
Yeah, you would think it was that dried sweetened coconut in a bag, and it's
Good
not a
God.
joke. I've had people try it, and they looked at me at first, but as soon as they tried it, they were like, it was kind of like Caveman and the peanut butter and pickle. After they tried it, they were like, "Holy shit! No,
We'll
this
do
is
a whole podcast
real."
on. We're
But
gonna do
anyways,
a whole
moving
podcast
forward.
on the peanut butter and pickle. I just want to say to people that if you listen to every one of these Butters Buffet whatever podcast, at some point in every friggin' episode, he's gonna mention his sauerkraut pie that tastes like a coconut. You go
Yeah,
ahead and
oh,
listen to
that
them
is
all.
the best.
Oh, it's great. It's great. You're gonna just in case you can't get your hands on coconut, you're not on a remote island somewhere. Grocery store is, I don't know, gone. Just get some sauerkraut.
Well, it always leads back to the peanut butter and pickle
It
sandwiches that
it
caveman
does.
loved.
I mean, that's what started it all. This whole thing, this whole episode, everybody, I've contributed the dandelion soup and dandelion salad. Pretty self-explanatory, but I covered some of it.
I
I've only
covered
got
dandelion tea after that. That was pretty cool because I remember people doing dandelion tea. That's why I asked you about that.
Yeah, they're versatile. You can do all sorts of stuff with dandelion, and they're really good too. I like now. I will say I like it with like if you get a Greek yogurt, maybe I don't know, go with one of the it's like not flavored. The yogurt. You ever had one of those?
Can or you can't, honestly, after college and doing microbiology and making my own
Oh,
yogurt, I do not eat
Jesus
yogurt anymore. I do not even
Christ!
eat the frozen yogurt. It's so like that shit they sell in the store, dude. I'm telling you guys, that's not even yogurt. You want real yogurt with biotics and to help your system, make your own and try it, and then make your own preservatives. Even adding your own homemade preservatives to the homemade yogurt does not do it justice. It is so gross. It is crazy. But it's good. It's good. Good bacteria. It's good for your whole body. So I'm not
I
condoning it. Tell them I
I
don't
knew
eat
it.
it.
I knew I shouldn't have brought up the yogurt around Chris here. Butters, sorry. I used his
Yeah.
government name.
Sorry. Either way, it's disgusting, dude. Nope. Never
Okay, let
again.
me just change that then for everybody. Just to help calm down Butters. He's I don't know. I think he's got a fever or something. It's a bacterial infection. I'm gonna
It's an
you can
aneurysm.
you can well maybe Jesus.
If you know my father.
Now you could use. I don't know if you've ever used mayonnaise as a dressing.
Yes, of course.
Mayonnaise as a dressing is actually really good. Uh, you can use
It's
that in
the
there.
main basis. Yeah, it's the main basis in a lot of fucking dressing as it is to begin with, like blue cheese and ranch.
Now, as you know, there's already lemon juice in most mayonnaise
Yes.
and olive oil. So you can use mayonnaise in the dandelion salad. Add a little additional olive oil, a squeeze of real lemon. I don't know how accessible these things were, but it was part of the recipe for it then. And then cucumber. I like to do like planks of cucumber, thin planks shaved of cucumber. And then I don't know, you can add snow peas. That was probably something people had on hand a lot. And just that alone, season with a little salt, pepper, that's a good salad.
You gotta, yeah, it definitely, I gotta try. I've never had dandelion or anything, but I've wanted to try it. So I think that's something that's gonna be on my list this summer to do is try to, you
Try
know,
to just
do
go
that.
out in the yard and get some dandelions.
Yeah, I'm doing that in my yard, but we do have a comment which is funny as hell and is going with what we're saying now.
Oh, wait, we have oh, wait a minute.
Yep, you got it.
Oh, did I miss the mayo and peanut butter sandwich? Okay, let me just,
You do it.
um,
You take
I'm going to touch on this. It's not, I don't know if that's a Great Depression sandwich. It could be. Uh,
Yeah, I guess.
I guess, if you had peanut butter and mayonnaise, anything went back then. I will say we're going to do a whole nother episode on like wild sandwiches, and that will be brought up. This is from one of our listeners writing in. If you're watching this on YouTube, they
Listening to
wrote,
it.
yeah, if you're listening on YouTube, and damn it, Butters, I'm trying to address the listeners here. Okay, so if you're listening on YouTube, we're recording the audio on Facebook, and one of our listeners, Hendrix, wrote in about a mayo and peanut butter sandwich. That is a real thing. I have tried it.
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you that I like it. And I'm going to recommend that if you like your cholesterol and do not want to have a bypass, don't eat that shit. But it's
Yeah,
good.
I don't like.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't. I've tried it. I can
Oh,
honestly say I'm not. And I eat a lot of weird shit, but I'm not a fan of peanut butter and mayo. I'll stick with
Mr.
my peanut butter
Hoity,
and pickle.
Hoity-toity over there. Doesn't like
Oh,
peanut butter and
yeah.
mayonnaise.
I don't know what it is. I
Yeah.
don't. It's
I,
maybe
I
the
bet
flavor.
you
I don't know.
I bet you eat your ramen noodles with your pinky up, don't you?
No, no.
God
I try to
damn
eat
it,
it with
Butters.
chopsticks.
Oh,
But
oh,
to
that's
touch on the
racist.
mayonnaise,
That's racist.
to touch on
Everybody
the
heard that.
mayonnaise, a lot of people don't know this, or maybe they do. The culinary, but real, true homemade mayonnaise is actually made with raw eggs.
Well, yeah, I think people know that you use eggs to make
Yeah, not a
mayonnaise.
lot. Yeah, but not a lot of people know the raw. Just like Caesar dressing, a
Well,
true
how the
original
hell would you
homemade
use
mayonnaise.
cooked? How the hell would you use cooked eggs to make mayonnaise?
I don't know, Ken, with some people out there nowadays. I mean, you ask them a question that it's so simple and they won't know.
Hey, turn my scrambled eggs into mayonnaise, please, sir. That ain't gonna work. Let me touch on one more recipe here, and then because we're stretching this out. I mean, this is
Yeah,
going on. All right, you were talking about soups, simple ingredients, right? This
yeah,
was this was simply onion, yellow onion, potato, water, and salt. And the thought behind that was that the onion, being as strong as it is, if it's the right ratio of onion to water, and I don't know what it was, but I would say at least one large onion for every cup of water you'd have to have, is that would make your broth, and then you add your diced up potatoes, and you just season to taste with salt. That was a popular recipe during the Depression.
yeah, yep. They had
And I
something
mean,
called hot dog salad or hot dog jello too. It was that you
oh,
can get into the bizarre aspect of it too. Won't get into that. You want to know more about that? Go look it up.
uh, hot dogs. Yeah, no, we're not gonna the Jello
Well,
mold with the hot dog.
just like potatoes, hot dogs were a big staple back then too. They were cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you why, but I'm not gonna ruin your love of hot dogs by actually explaining to
Yeah,
you what they are and how they're made. Because I know, and I still eat them because I
lips
don't
and
care.
assholes. Lips and
Yeah,
assholes.
I mean, if
That's all it does.
the apocalypse came down, I'll tell you what, we'd be eating each other. So I don't know.
I heard it tastes like chicken.
Maybe, maybe. I mean, you people out there right now that eat McDonald's, you're probably eating other people anyways. Oh, I'm gonna
Well,
have to take.
oh,
Wait a minute.
you know what's funny? Let me tag on to that. I actually was
Well,
looking at different. No, it's actually pretty.
I know, and you can tag on to it, but I should say that I'm gonna have to remove that spot from the audio. So if anybody
Okay.
hears the beep, I've named a restaurant that sounds like Dick Mongols. Okay, and anyways, so go ahead. You go off on that rant there, Butters, and then I'm
No,
going to
no,
touch on.
it's just a small thing. You were talking about tofu. I actually went on to see
I
different
never
flavors of
said tofu.
tofu.
I never said
Well,
tofu.
I thought you said tofu. My headset's probably glitching then.
Uh,
Anyways,
just so everybody knows, Butters is broadcasting right now from a remote
from
cabin in
Mars.
Saskatchewan. He's in
No, no, I'm on
Saskatchewan.
Mars.
Oh,
I'm
you're
in
on
space
Mars.
weather. Yes, Mars.
Oh, he's one of the first ones to colonize Mars. He went up there with what's his name, Muskie in the rocket. So
Well, actually, I'm trying to interview this alien that I see right now, but he's kind of too
why don't you
shy.
ask him about some recipes that he's into? Oh, hold on here. If we were to
Yeah.
make mayonnaise, if we were to make mayonnaise with cooked eggs, as Butters believes some people think is done, it would be hard boiled. Yep. Yeah, I get it.
I never said they were done with hard-boiled eggs.
I'm just saying
What?
that's a comment from one of our
That's
listeners,
something. Yeah,
Hendricks.
I know. That's something Ken said. He started commenting on that. I said it's made with raw eggs.
Right,
I know.
which I said doesn't even seem worth pointing out because of course it is.
Well, yeah, and all I basically said there's some people out there who don't think that they don't even know how any of it's made anyway. So I'm just pointing it out there for people, that might not know.
Old fashioned beef jerky. Now,
I'm not
Hendrick,
trying.
now
Go ahead.
Butters, we're going off the rails here, kind of like
Yeah,
that
I just say
train.
go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah,
kind
go
of like
ahead.
that train. Listen. I know the Tourette's is kicking in. Kind of like that train that's going to be in a different episode that's not about food. But one of the listeners, Hendricks, writes in Prevectin. That's that thickener, right? The substitute for horse hooves or whatever we use now to make gelatin. Am I thinking
Pectin,
correctly?
no,
Pectin?
pectin is the ground animal bones that you use for Jello. Now, if you want the vegetarian one, it's called agar-agar, which is a plant-based thickener, which is the same thing as yeah, as what you just said.
Yeah, because they don't grind animal bones anymore for like thickener like that. That's
Yeah,
no longer a practice. I don't believe.
I don't know what they do. All I know is agar-agar is a vegan version of pectin.
All right, guys. You know what? We've covered a little bit. This has went totally crazy.
Well,
Uh,
wait, let me say one thing. I said that you were talking about eating humans. I did find that there is different flavored tofus. I found, and yes, it is out there, a human flavored tofu. I never tried it, never bought it.
I
I just
guys,
found it.
what the hell is a human flavored tofu and why?
I
What?
don't know, and I don't know how they would even make it, but
All right.
apparently
Well,
it's there and it's real.
that's a bonus, everybody, because just for the listeners, nobody during the Depression was eating human flavored tofu, although they may have been eating other people. I'm not sure.
Well,
Um,
Caveman was talking about eating. We might be
oh,
eating other people in the future. That's where that came up from.
you just threw out my government name.
Yes, I did. You threw mine out a couple of times, so we're good.
Wow. Well, on that note, guys, listen.
Yes.
Somebody's got to edit this mess, okay? And that somebody is me. So there's going to be more to come for everybody that didn't listen and will never hear this. Whatever. Go have some stone soup. But that's it.
Maybe
That's what
some
I got.
mayonnaise.
Are you all good, Butters? Are you done with
Yeah,
what you got to tell the people?
yeah. I'm gonna go have some stone soup and peanut butter and mayonnaise for lunch.
All right. Butters is going back to his whatever wherever he is currently. I don't know. Broadcasting from Mars was the last location. I thought it was Saskatchewan, but close enough. You guys figure that out through the audio. Try to figure out where is Butters broadcasting from. That'll be a
Yeah,
new
let me know
series.
in the comments. I want to see what people would say.
Yeah, where do you think he's? Oh, okay. There's so many that come to mind, but I have to cut this short. So that
Oh, I
was
can't wait.
episode 4 of the Butters Buffet. I'm Caveman, that's Butters, and we're gonna shut up now. So cheerio.
Peace.
When my day's begun, peel back the layers one by one, taste the rhythm like sun done. Spots appear.